G'day everybody, welcome back to Sprouts Tarot. So today's reading is going to be a message that you need to hear. Primarily this will stem from a childhood issue that has not been fully addressed that may have some ramifications in your life now. So the oracle deck that I'm using is the Inner Child Oracle, and these are the three choices, okay? So the very first card is card 38. And the issue is you are not enough. Okay. And I'll be pairing that with the Star Seeker Tarot. The second choice is 42. You deserve to be seen. And I'll be pairing this one with the Mythic Tarot. And the last one is card number 44. You know the way. Trust your intuition on this journey. And I'll be using the Shadowscape Tarot with this one. Okay, so please take your time and choose whichever pile speaks most to you. I'll see you in a little while. Welcome back, pile one. So if you chose this card, the main issue for today is the feeling that you are not good enough or worthy if you do not sacrifice something or give something that you have to a situation or to others. So this can mean in partnerships, in friendship groups, or even in social situations. For example, if somebody invites you to potluck, you feel as though you have to bring the biggest salad or provide extra drinks or something like that. So the situation is one of always giving, not even because you necessarily want to, but because you feel obligated to. And so this could most likely stem from a point in childhood where you were given undue responsibility or something that you weren't able to handle for that particular time period, or you didn't have the skills to actually carry out the task. So that left you maybe with like a negative appraisal. So if you couldn't carry out the task properly, people blamed you for it. And it got to a point where if it was a mechanical task, for example, washing dishes or something, you probably reached a point where you were competent or good at it. But because it was done in maybe more of a negative way, it left kind of like a weird psychological attachment with doing and giving to earn praise or to earn self-worth. So as you can see from here, right at the center of this card, the flame that this woman is cultivating, it's actually very vibrant, and it has a lot of vitality right in core. So the birds can actually take flight and use this light source for guidance. However, the further you travel out, the darker it becomes. In order for her to give out the same help to this flock, she would probably need to stand up holding this flame to try to extend the light source, right? However, should she do that, she would probably end up in some sort of like dangerous situation herself, because, you know, she could catch a light. So the boundaries of what she deems to be her responsibility is all the way up here. So this point, of course, leads her to feel good. But as the birds migrate towards here, there's a guilt complex in that she's not doing enough. And I think this is kind of like a core issue where you feel as though even if you are in the midst of scarcity, you feel as though you still need to give, because it's your duty, which is what this card is saying. So this woman here is surrounded by a block that has very, very heavy lines, okay? So there's a clear boundary in which she is confined in, and you can see the arm gestures, it's like a prison formation. And also the clouds here, usually you see fluffy white clouds, but they're quite distinctively black and white, okay? So in her mind, things are very right or wrong only. There's no grey, there's very little. However, life is rather colourful. And if you use such rigid and binary judgments, it's probably going to be quite difficult to have a fulfilling life. Okay, so these are what these two cards are telling me. So now let's use our Star Seeker deck to check what the current situation is. Okay, so let's see. Okay, first card is Temperance. Once again, balance is key. Ooh. Ooh. Whoa. Serious. Wow. Okay, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. We got Empress here. Okay, so what this looks like to me is, okay. It seems as though you have been, you've undertaken something, clearly. You've undertaken something, you've already initiated, and either you've already got a mental plan drawn out, or you've taken concrete steps to start this goal, resolution, or project, and you've already started working on this. Right now, you've reached a point in which to take this situation forth, or to grow or expand the project, you have reached a point where you're making a judgment on the next step based on a moral philosophy that you have or that you had that maybe you're prepared to break. And right now you have many different ways of conceiving what is the right or wrong thing to do here. So what I mean by that is, for example, say I am somebody who really enjoys making bread. I'm not much of a cook, but however, cookies and cupcakes are booming, okay? But in your heart of hearts, you make a bread that is based on really wholesome ingredients and no preservatives, no junk. And in order to make a cupcake, while it can be very healthy, you can substitute healthy ingredients and, you know, almond flour instead of wheat, etc. To make one that is very conventional or one that can sell quite easily, you would have to compromise your certain ethics on nutrition. So right now, there are many different options. So you can go completely conventional and just do the like white flour, white sugar, margarine thing, cut cost and churn out a product, or you can meet them halfway. So maybe it will be like a bran muffin, even though it will be like half white flour, half whole grain, etc. And or go completely by your philosophy where you make a 100% macrobiotic, super organic thing, okay? So, but there are many different options here that you're figuring out, but it has to align with the core philosophy that you hold dear, because you don't really want to compromise your own morals or your own ethics in order to make this project go ahead. So right now you're juggling these two things. You're trying to find a way, how can I create material success? And how do I create something which is also emotionally or spiritually fulfilling? There is a temptation to maybe cut some corners, because maybe at this stage in your life, the potential of this project can grow into something that is quite big. However, right now, there's still some constraint around it. So maybe there is a temptation, or maybe you're hearing things like shortcuts, how to actually promote this, but in a way that you're not comfortable with. As an example, maybe create some sort of thirst trap like image on Instagram or something like that to promote a product. And so maybe there is a temptation or a thought to do something that is maybe out of your usual character, but you are still juggling what material success means or what outward success means versus what it means internally to be successful or to do well. But you are undergoing a new birth here. This is the great thing. So either you're going to have a breakthrough in this moral quandary that you have, or there's going to be a new opportunity that comes through in which it allows you to exit this particular dilemma. And right now here, you have to be softer to yourself at this stage because you're still figuring this out. This new idea, breakthrough or opportunity now has only recently been conceived. However, your past judgments have left you needing to make a decision quickly, and the decision is usually quite a strong black and white, right or wrong, yes or no decision. So right now it's better if you do balance yourself out a little bit by being kinder to yourself and allowing that internal process of organizing the chaotic thoughts into something more coherent. And because we've got 777 here, it means somebody is definitely coming along to help you. And we have that confirmation through the Three of Pentacles. So you are going to get help. You are going to get guidance of some sort. And the information that's going to come to you or the resources that's going to be available to you is exactly what you need. Because as you can see, each holds a particular piece that's going to make the formation. So right now, you are kind of caught in a situation where you don't really know what to do, or to leave a particular moral philosophy or an ethic, or to battle out the competition using what you've always believed in. So this is the kind of emotional quandary that you have at the moment, and this in particular ties back to a childhood either phase or a situation that has solidified in your core as an adult now, where you feel as though you have to be responsible for everything or everybody and to make that best decision to give, even though you might not have the resources or the particular knowledge too. And I think what the universe is trying to tell you is that it doesn't have to be your responsibility all the time. Because even though, yes, this is your project, yes, this is something that you really want, however, you don't hold all the pieces currently. So you give all you can, because that's your definition of being what a good person, a good boss, or a good team player means. However, not everything at the moment is going to be available to you, because there are still some things which are still in the birthing process. So the decision that you have to make here, either walking away from your particular moral philosophy or battling it out and keeping what's honorable and true to yourself, but facing the competition head on, I think the universe is telling you to just wait, because maybe that choice doesn't even have to be made, because there will be somebody who will come along and offer you those missing pieces that have made you feel as though you need to make that decision. Okay, so I hope this helps. Don't know if it did or not. However, best of luck, whatever it is that you're trying to engage in. I mean, I would love to know. So if you have the time, please just leave me a little message and tell me if this reading was right or wrong, or, you know, what you are working on, because life is interesting and it's good to share. Okay, look forward to seeing you again. Bye. Welcome back, Pile 2. So if you chose this card, your main message is the right to be seen as an equal or to be noticed. So over here, as you can see, right, the deer is on the ground and the bird is always higher up. It has the ability to fly. So in order for them to catch each other's eye, it takes a particular magical moment, okay? Because they're not really on the same plane. However, despite being at different levels in life, they are able to make some sort of, they're able to have mutual recognition of some sort. And once that happens, you can see different things blooming. So maybe talent or confidence blooming. So I think you're waiting for somebody who will see you for who you are, so other talents or strengths can develop. Now, this card, which is the kind of more spiritual, higher level, what does it look like on a spiritual plane, is the card of courage. And as we've all seen, you know, on the roadside, you see like a little weed popping its head up, or a little wildflower, and we always marvel, like I do anyway, like how does it find the resilience to actually push through asphalt or concrete, right? I know there's photosynthesis, blah blah blah, but I'm talking about like energetically, how does something so fragile looking, how is it able to break something which openly looks so hard and so solid? And so I think what you really want is to have the courage to do what many people do not usually do, or don't think they have the ability to do. And maybe one of the first things which are really difficult for you to do is ask for the right to be seen, recognition to be given. So maybe this could be a work situation now in which you want a raise or you want a promotion, and you're thinking about whether you should ask for it because you've been working really hard. In a relationship, maybe you want your partner to do more, or to see you as being more worthy of giving real good focus, energy towards. Like, you know how these days many people date, or they have like couple time, but that couple time is usually spent scrolling on the phone, or you know, giving absent-minded answers, etc. So maybe that's what you're looking for, something like mutual recognition from a different state of some sort. Okay, but that's just me rambling. Okay, so let's see what the cards tell us. Okay, so what is the story? Oh. Ooh, came out. Ooh. You know what? I don't know how to put my camera. This actually looks perfectly straight to me, but I know it kind of looks a little unusual for the viewer, but okay. Nine of Swords. Oh, treasure head. Strange. Okay, let's see what's at the bottom. Queen of Wands. All right, so you've got the Queen of Wands here and the King of Cups there. Okay, sorry, I adjusted the camera so you can have a better look at the spread. Okay, what it looks like is couple dynamic. That couple can be romantic, it can be platonic, could be professional, but there is definitely a couple dynamic. One person uses a lot of strength to remain that cool character. Okay, so one person in this relationship is definitely the cool cat and holds his or her emotional so tightly that nobody's able to crack the facade, because this is how that person remains in control. Now, the other person, the other partner, actually understands the Achilles of this cool cat, Okay, so this other person also understands the mind games and understands how to control this cool cat persona. Because if you take a look at the Queen of Wands here, right, she's got the leash on the lioness, and directly under the King of Cups you see the strength of controlling that lion, but he's using a lot of strength. So when I say he and her, like I'm not using particular that this has to be the man and this has to be the woman. I'm just showing you the cards, right? One person in the relationship really has to make a concerted effort to keep this cool persona, whereas the other one is actually the queen of her own emotions and fire and passion. So the second character here already has a great handle on the emotional side and how to play the game. Okay, it looks as though the relationship dynamic at the moment is not necessarily balanced. One person basically holds all the power and the other one is subjugated to the other. Now, I don't really know which one though. It looks more like the one who's trying very hard to control the emotions is the one that actually is in a situation that the power balance is definitely not fair. It really is difficult because the Queen of Wands could be this character and the struggling one could be this. So I'm actually a little bit at a loss in who's who. But there is that power dynamic because underlying that there is great fear. Why this outwardly kind of bullying image appears, or openly there's power imbalance here, is because underlying that is great intimidation of one partner by the other. So one of the partners, one person in this relationship seems naturally to have very, like, is blessed with talent or is very beautiful or handsome or, you know, good looking. And the other one feels as though whatever they have is not as good. So they're holding on to it very tightly. So let me just give you an example, okay? So I know a friend who the husband actually is very, it's just a normal working guy, right? But she's actually very successful. So she's got her online business and she actually does small talks around her community. So she's socially very outgoing. So she's an extrovert. So on the appearance, like on paper, she looks as though she's really dynamic and really successful. And in contrast, he looks very ordinary. So what they do is every time that they go out or they do something, he actually is very stingy, like he's very prudent with his money, whereas she's always very generous, but to the point where she ends up paying for most of every single thing. So even though she's just going about her life doing her own thing without casting judgment, without looking down upon him, he's got his eyes firmly focused on her and holding on to what he has, because there's actually a fear that he would lose out to her, even though they are actually a couple. So he sees her as this little bird that's going to take flight anytime, whereas he feels as though he's on the ground and he can never be as spectacular, right? No one's going to see him. There's less visibility. So that's just an example. One of my friends is in that situation. So now there's a choice that needs to be made, okay? But the choices at this stage all look pretty frightening, okay? There are options that one of the partners can exercise to get him or herself out of this predicament, but all the choices have one drawback, okay? So if we know this story, okay, so one has power, one has beauty, one has the ability to fight, and there's justice. Okay, so Athena and Aphrodite. Oh, and this one escapes me, but it'll come back to me. But basically, these are the choices. Everyone has a good point and a minus point in contrast to the other, which means the options that are currently available, you can see one part of it that will be good for you, but you can also see the drawback compared to the other options available. So right now, it doesn't seem as though the partner who feels lesser knows the way out, or he or she can't really see it. I think during this struggle, during this time in which this couple is trying to see eye to eye, or trying to grow out of this rather difficult situation that looks like a stalemate, but eventually something is going to grow. And this will come about through either the partner that feels lesser will undergo some sort of therapy, or this lesser, quote unquote, lesser partner will undergo some sort of education or qualification that would, upon obtaining this qualification, would give him or herself more confidence, and then they'll be able to see the partner as more the equal, rather than feel this intimidation and hence this, maybe all these mind games that are going on. So yeah, one partner is definitely very confident. The other one is trying really hard to not let his or her weakness show. However, as you can see, this courage card also, what underlies it is the Knight of Swords. So action is definitely taken. So whatever problems are currently existing, both partners actually know. So this is not like a game of surprise where you have to unlock this deep psychological vault. It's not like that. Both partners already know. So it's only a matter of both of them working together, the one who does have great control of the emotions, and the one that is trying really hard to, willing to work together to move ahead and to create more balance. And my guess is it's going to be through education or talking to somebody who does already have a lot of knowledge in a particular area, either life expertise, or maybe in this case, like a mentor of some sort that can help this partner who feels a little bit lesser to increase his or her value in his or her own eyes. So yeah, it looks good. Like, it looks positive. This reading definitely is a positive reading. So whatever problems that are currently that you're currently tackling, you are at least aware of it. So that's the good thing. Anyway, I wish you the best. And if this reading did resonate, please let me know. And if you have any suggestions on what other readings you'd like in the future, please make a comment down below. Okay, thank you for stopping by. See you later. Bye. Hello, Pile 3. If you chose this card, then the theme for today for you to be wary of is to trust what you naturally already know. So intuition on this particular journey of life. Okay, so that's a big one. Okay, so over here, it seems as though maybe when you were a small kid and you first stated your opinions, maybe that had been shut down quite a few times, or people told you you were silly, or that's wrong, like openly, but without really giving an explanation why. And as you've grown up, you've kind of held this quiet belief in yourself that you must always second guess yourself, because what if you're wrong? What if this is not correct? What if it is just silly? So now you've reached a point in your life where the path that you're seeking, or your eventual home that you are seeking, can only be found through your own inner knowing. So your own forever home. And it doesn't mean a physical place. It means the state where you feel most comfortable being you is only found by you listening to your own intuition, your own inner voice more. And that comes about with doing things that many people take for granted. So this card, Ordinariness, and it's encased in the rainbow mark, which is actually quite lovely. Things which are very normal are actually quite miraculous if you think about it. The simple fact that we're here is a miracle. However, to truly find who you are, you need to connect to things that you can naturally do without second questioning yourself. This is how you connect and build your intuition. So this is my first impression of what this reading is going to be about. However, to find out, let's go to our tarot. So I'm going to use Shadowscape Tarot for this. And let's see what message we have for you today. Oh, good. I love this one. Yeah, I love spiders. I have a pet spider, actually. It comes and visits me every summer. Hangs around my kitchen window. Seriously, I have a pet spider, and people will feel that's so strange to say. People will say, oh, how do you know it's the same spider? Well, I don't know it's exactly the same spider. I just know that there's a spider that comes to visit me every summer. That's all I know. So it could be a spider, the same spider, or it could be the spider's kids, grandkids visiting me after the initial spider told them that I'm a good friend. Okay, let's see what's on the bottom of the pile. Page of Swords in reverse. Okay, since we've got a page here, we need to get a message. Because when we get pages, it means something needs our attention. Oh, and we've got a page of Wands here. Oh, I missed that. Oh, now we need to get 2 messages. Okay, let's see. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Please tell me, what is the message? What does the Page of Wands and Sword want us to know? So let's just take these 2 then. Okay, so can we see here? Yep. Expect the worst, but expect the best, but prepare for the worst. A positive outlook is great, but it is also important to prepare for problems that might occur along the way. Sometimes you find yourself caught up in a difficult situation. If it's not worth fighting, back out. If it is, prepare well. Come up with a game plan. List your opponent's possible actions of your opponent and plan your counter moves. When you've done that, you'll be bulletproof. Okay, so let's put that with the swords because that looks like a sword action. Okay, preparation is power. Whatever you do in life, it is essential to make a plan. All plans should begin with a careful assessment of all the circumstances involved. The point of this is the information this process will give you. Ask around, get help from the appropriate people. Arming yourself with the relevant intel will allow you to alter your plans accordingly. Page of Wands. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, so what this reading looks like to me, it seems as though you've got really high ambitions and now you're waiting for that inspiration hit. And hence, this is why the initial advice of trusting your intuition on this journey. So it looks like that you are designed for big things, okay? I think right now you're in a stage of recuperation or rest, downtime. And it is during this time that you should be doing those ordinary things, like I was saying before, right? The most mundane things to get in touch with your with yourself. Basically, you need time to get grounded and to root yourself into something concrete, because I think the next few steps in order for you to reach the top of what you are planning to do is going to take a lot out of you. So now is the time. Yeah, now is the time to really rest, because during this rest time, you must make preparations. This is designing your game plan time. And I think you're going to get a lot of hint from nature. So if you go out, watch how things work in nature. I know spiders, the way that they weave webs is actually very, very technical. They have different like tensile strengths. So the web works when something is caught, but it doesn't disrupt the sleeping area, blah, blah, blah. Like I read about this a while ago, don't remember it, but it's actually very technical with the way that they weave it. And because it is something that comes naturally to them, it is not something that they're consciously focusing on to do. Their bodies know when to build what. And I think this downtime is designed for the same thing, for you to trigger a second nature element. So when you actually do take this project on the road, when things do start, when you come across an obstacle, you will know the solutions like it's something just naturally, spontaneously arises within you. You are prepared to work very hard, and I think you already have. You've worked very, very hard and to make your own dreams come true, because there's no easy handout here. This is definitely something that you are creating by yourself, it looks more or less, and you've got your finger in many pies. I think your system that you're trying to build has many different facets, and I think you're trying to manage all of them by yourself. The rewards are going to be huge. The rewards are going to be very, very big. Also here, competition is also big. The area that you're planning to pursue, it's not going to be easy. And it's not always going to be a clean, fair fight either. So there will be some problems, maybe especially with interpersonal relationships, the way that other people react to you or what you represent versus what the group or the current status quo appears like. So you're going to have to basically muster up the courage to face that. The good thing is there will be somebody from the past who'll come up to help you. This person is a very unlikely person. So this person is not part of this project that you're trying to cultivate and succeed in. This person gives you a very, very different perspective. It's like they're working on their own thing, and they're probably from like a different era. So what I mean by that is maybe they're from a different age category than you. However, this person has seen you through a lot of trials and tribulations in your life so far, so they know you very well. And this person will inadvertently give you some good advice. So it's not intentional. It's not as if you have an intention to go over there and ask them for advice, and it's not that they deliberately are trying to give you advice. It is something that they do in this exchange that you're going to have with them that's going to give you that aha moment. When that time comes, of course, you're going to recognize another opportunity that's coming up. So, and that's going to add on, because you can see this huge kind of pentacle here, right? You've got 8 pentacles here, you've got 1, and you're looking for 9. So all this together, after you have a meeting with this person from the past, is probably going to give you that magic moment for you to make your dreams and your wishes come true, or that goal that you have. Okay, you're definitely going to win it. You're definitely going to ace this one. It's not going to be easy. Okay, so we've got already warning messages from our pages that says expect the best but prepare for the worst, and also preparation is power. So you do have to do a lot of groundwork as you rest. So don't take this, like as you're walking towards your goal, don't take this downtime to mean, you know, couch sitting and potato chip munching. That's not what it's for. It is to do things that you ordinarily do, that you take for granted. Most of us do. For example, growing a plant of some sort, or, you know, making a cup of tea from scratch, all these kind of things, they are designed for you to get in touch with your own intuition. So it's not a time for you to watch cat videos. I mean, occasionally, yeah, but not always. So this downtime is not the lazy downtime, okay? It's designed for you to reconnect to your intuition. Yeah, but you're definitely going to ace this, because finally, take a look at what happens. You've got the Six of Wands and the Emperor. Like, this game is yours. Absolutely, it is yours. So as you can see, the Emperor here holds the world in the palm of his hands, right? And then over here, you're literally kind of standing on top of the world formation, declaring your victory. So I don't know what it is that you've got going on, but even though it's not going to be easy, it's definitely going to be something that is, yeah, like, you're going to ace this one. This is a winning thing for you. Wow, I'm really excited. I wonder what this actually is. I wonder what it is that you're doing. This looks really, really exciting. And I wonder who's the blast from the past that's going to give you that hint to unlock your 9th pentacle and make this whole thing come true. This looks very, very exciting. Okay, well, whatever it is, I wish you all the best, because, you know, it looks like a great success. And if you want, please share this with me. Just drop a comment down below to tell me what this is. If you pick this pile, you've got to tell me what it is. So maybe I can take some notes. Yeah, but you're really gonna get this one. You got this one. So okay, all the best. All the best. I love this. It's such a happy reading. Okay, look forward to seeing you guys again. So take care. Bye.